When 5,000 sailors gather on a massive aircraft carrier flight deck for a Thanksgiving feast served by their own commanding officers, they're experiencing one of the Navy's most cherished traditions. But the celebrations don't stop there. These same sailors transform their steel fortress into a beach paradise during steel beach picnics, complete with barbecues and volleyball courts, and when conditions are perfect, they leap from aircraft elevators into the open ocean for swim calls that would make any beach vacation jealous. These aren't just morale boosters, they're the heartbeat of life at sea, turning months of deployment into unforgettable experiences that forge bonds lasting a lifetime. The flight deck of an aircraft carrier stretches over 4 acres of pure American engineering. When flight operations shut down during special occasions, this massive space becomes something completely different. It transforms into the world's most unique celebration venue, floating thousands of miles from home on the open ocean. Our sailors don't just endure deployments away from family, they've mastered the art of creating unforgettable celebrations that honor tradition while building unbreakable bonds. From Thanksgiving dinners, where officers serve enlisted personnel, to swim calls in crystal-clear tropical waters, these men and women prove that military service and joy go hand in hand. If you're proud of our military and their incredible traditions, type "proud" in the comments below. These celebrations aren't just fun and games. They serve a vital purpose during deployments that can last 8 months or longer. When you're stationed on a floating city with no shore leave for weeks, these traditions become lifelines to home and reminders of what we're all fighting to protect. The scale of these celebrations matches the incredible ships that host them. A Nimitz-class aircraft carrier weighs over 100,000 tons and carries more than 5,000 crew members. When this many patriots gather for celebrations, something magical happens that strengthens both morale and mission readiness. Thanksgiving dinner, a feast of gratitude and service. Thanksgiving aboard aircraft carriers takes on special meaning when celebrated by people who've chosen to serve their country thousands of miles from home. This isn't just another holiday meal, it's a demonstration of the mutual respect and brotherhood that makes our Navy the finest in the world. The preparations begin weeks in advance. Navy culinary specialists work tirelessly to plan a traditional feast that rivals anything families enjoy back home. According to Navy logistics, preparing Thanksgiving for a carrier means processing massive quantities: over 2,700 pounds of turkey, 900 pounds of prime rib, 700 pounds of ham, and thousands of pies and dinner rolls. The USS Ronald Reagan's 2022 Thanksgiving celebration showcased the incredible scale involved. The culinary team prepared meals for nearly 5,000 sailors, including 360 quarts of eggnog, 16 whole roasted pigs, 2,880 pieces of pie, and 2,560 pieces of cheesecake. The logistics of storing, preparing, and serving this feast while floating in the Philippine Sea demonstrates the exceptional capabilities of our military personnel. The highlight of Thanksgiving celebrations aboard carriers is a tradition that embodies military values at their finest: officers and senior leadership serving meals to enlisted personnel. Chiefs, commanders, and even the ship's captain don aprons and take positions behind the serving line, personally dishing out turkey, stuffing, and mashed potatoes to their subordinates. This role reversal isn't just symbolic, it's a powerful demonstration of servant leadership. When a captain serves Thanksgiving dinner to an 18-year-old seaman, it reinforces the principle that rank brings responsibility, not privilege. One Marine officer deployed aboard ship during a recent Thanksgiving observed, "It is obvious these young men and women did not join the Navy or Marine Corps to clean dishes, sweep floors, and sanitize toilets for their officers. They joined to serve." Captain Daryl Cardone of USS Ronald Reagan exemplified this tradition, standing shoulder to shoulder with his executive officer and command master chief as they served their crew. These moments become treasured memories for sailors who witness their leaders demonstrating that everyone aboard shares the same mission and the same sacrifice. The ship's mess halls undergo complete transformations for Thanksgiving. Dining areas that normally serve thousands of practical military meals become festive halls with decorations crafted by sailors during off-duty hours. Tablecloths appear, centerpieces are arranged, and the industrial space takes on the warmth of a family dining room. Culinary specialist, first class Leonardo Dumenden, described the pride his team feels. As a member of the food service community for over 20 years, the ability to put smiles on people's faces, remind them of home, and make deployment just a little bit easier is our ultimate goal. The accomplishment of this meal will be discussed for years to come. The menu includes all the traditional favorites: roast turkey with giblet gravy, Smithfield ham, mountains of fluffy mashed potatoes, candied sweet potatoes, stuffing, cranberry sauce, green beans, corn on the cob, macaroni and cheese, and of course, pumpkin pie. For many sailors, this meal becomes their most memorable dining experience of the entire deployment. Thanksgiving addresses by ship's leadership often become emotional moments that strengthen unit cohesion. Captains and senior officers share personal reflections on service, sacrifice, and the honor of leading such dedicated personnel. These speeches acknowledge the difficulty of spending holidays away from home while emphasizing the importance of the mission and the pride of serving together. Messages from families play a crucial role in the celebration. Video messages compiled and presented to the crew remind deployed personnel that their sacrifice is appreciated and their service makes a difference. For sailors like Personnel Specialist Seaman Lee Byron of USS Ronald Reagan, the emotions run deep. I have always been at home for Thanksgiving with my parents. It hurts not being with them, but I am here making a difference for my country, and my family understands that. Religious program specialist Second Class Onisha Simmons from Louisiana captured the spirit of caring for shipmates. I am going to get people together and make plates for the people who have to work during dinner. I don't want them to think that they go unseen or unappreciated. The day often includes special entertainment, talent shows, and performances by the ship's band. Some carriers even host visits from professional entertainers who fly out specifically to perform for the crew during the holidays, adding an extra layer of appreciation to an already special day. Before we dive deeper into more amazing traditions, please take a second to like this video and subscribe. Over 98% of viewers watch without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but makes a huge difference to us. Swim call: the ocean as your private pool. Swim call represents one of the Navy's most thrilling and unique traditions, dating back at least to World War II. When operational tempo allows and conditions are perfect, the commanding officer may authorize swim call, allowing sailors to leap from their ship into the open ocean for a refreshing break from the intensity of deployment. Navy Personnel Specialist William Harbin of USS John C. Stennis described his swim call experience as one of the best of his life. Who else can say they swam next to an aircraft carrier with armed shark guards as your own private security? The tradition evolved from the British Royal Navy's All Hands to Bathe, which began as a practical measure to keep sailors clean during long voyages. Today's swim calls serve a different but equally important purpose, providing psychological relief and pure joy during the grueling routine of extended deployments. On aircraft carriers, sailors don't simply climb down into the water, they leap from the ship's hangar bay elevators, which can be positioned about 30 feet above the waterline. This height equals an Olympic diving platform, creating an adrenaline-pumping entry that sailors remember for the rest of their lives. The USS Eisenhower issued specific instructions to prevent injuries. Crew members must practice to prevent injury from wrongful water entry. The leap requires proper form, entering feet first with body straight, to avoid the painful consequences of a belly flop from 3 stories up. More than 2,000 sailors participated in a single swim call aboard USS John C. Stennis in the Western Pacific. The sight of thousands of sailors lining up to jump, cheering each other on, and splashing into the crystal-clear ocean creates an atmosphere of pure celebration that's impossible to replicate anywhere else. Every swim call includes rigorous safety protocols that showcase Navy precision and preparedness. Before anyone enters the water, the ship deploys rigid-hulled inflatable boats, RIBs, carrying rescue swimmers positioned strategically around the swimming area. The most visible safety measure is the armed shark watch. Sharpshooters, typically armed with M14 or M1 rifles, position themselves on the flight deck or in the RHIBs, watching constantly for any signs of sharks. Their presence isn't paranoia, it's prudent preparation. A dramatic 2020 incident aboard the Coast Guard cutter Kimball demonstrated why Shark Watch matters. Maritime Enforcement Specialist First Class Samuel Cintron was on Shark Watch when he spotted a 6-8-foot mako or thresher shark heading directly toward swimmers, enjoying the water with an inflatable unicorn. Cintron fired controlled bursts into the water to drive the shark away, keeping it from his shipmates while they scrambled back aboard. ME-1 fired bursts as needed to keep the shark from his shipmates with amazing accuracy, the ship's crew reported. The shark would wave off with each burst but kept coming back toward our shipmates. Every swimmer returned safely, and even the inflatable unicorn was recovered. The signed float now resides in the Coast Guard Museum as a testament to quick thinking and marksmanship. Despite this dramatic example, shark encounters during swim calls remain extremely rare. The Kimball's crew noted, "We have hundreds of years at sea between all of us, and no one has seen or heard of a shark actually showing up during a swim call." The Navy leaves nothing to chance during swim calls. Each participant receives a numbered board, similar to those used at rodeos, which they wear around their neck. This accountability system ensures every sailor who enters the water is tracked and confirmed back aboard before operations resume. Medical personnel remain on standby throughout the event, ready to respond to any emergency from minor scrapes to more serious injuries. The ship's rescue station is manned and ready, and communication systems link all safety positions together. The swimming area is carefully defined, usually within 50 yards of the ship. The ARHIBs patrol the perimeter, ready to retrieve anyone who drifts too far or needs assistance. Rope ladders and cargo nets hang from the ship's side, providing multiple routes for sailors to climb back aboard. The importance of swim call extends far beyond the physical refreshment. After weeks or months of continuous operations, seeing nothing but gray steel and endless ocean, the opportunity to actually be in that ocean, to feel the water, see the horizon from sea level, and experience the vastness firsthand, provides profound psychological relief. Sailors report that swim calls become defining memories of their deployments. The combination of adventure, camaraderie, and the sheer uniqueness of swimming in the middle of the Pacific or Indian Ocean creates stories they'll tell for decades. These are the moments that transform a deployment from just duty into an extraordinary life experience. Steel Beach Picnic, America's most unique beach party. A steel beach picnic is exactly what it sounds like. A beach party held on the steel deck of a Navy ship. This beloved tradition transforms the massive flight deck or hangar bay of an aircraft carrier into an all-American festival, complete with barbecues, sports, entertainment, and pure fun. The tradition evolved from the old swim calls but has expanded into full-day events that can include virtually anything you'd find at a great beach party, except sand and surf. Instead, sailors enjoy these festivities on a nuclear-powered fortress capable of launching fighter jets, creating a uniquely American combination of military might and recreational joy. Steel beach picnics typically occur after intense periods of operations, when the crew needs a break but port visits aren't feasible. The USS Dwight D. Eisenhower held a steel beach after 6 consecutive weeks at sea, recognizing that the hard-working crew deserved rest and recreation even if they couldn't make it to actual land. Navy culinary specialists rise to the challenge during steel beach events, firing up massive grills on the flight deck to cook thousands of burgers and hot dogs. The scale is staggering, enough food to feed the equivalent of a small town, all prepared in the open air with the ocean stretching to every horizon. Different ship departments often sponsor competing barbecue stations, creating friendly rivalries that add excitement to the event. Aviation units compete against engineering departments. Deck crews challenge supply personnel, and everyone works to create the best burgers, hot dogs, and regional specialties using industrial-scale equipment. The flight deck transforms into the world's most impressive sports complex during steel beach events. Basketball courts appear where fighter jets normally park. Volleyball nets are strung up between aircraft tie-downs. Touch football games accommodate dozens of players simultaneously, with enough space for multiple games to run at once. Basketball tournaments between ship departments draw thousands of spectators who line the deck edges to cheer for their favorite teams. The competitions between aviation units, engineering departments, and deck crews create intense but friendly rivalry that builds unit pride and camaraderie. Volleyball competitions take advantage of the deck's massive size to host multiple courts simultaneously. The rules adapt to the steel surface, creating unique challenges that require modified playing techniques. Games often continue for hours as teams rotate through brackets involving dozens of competing units. The USS Theodore Roosevelt's 2024 Steel Beach featured sailors playing basketball on the flight deck in the Indian Ocean, a sight that perfectly captures the juxtaposition of military power and human joy. Physical fitness challenges, obstacle courses, and endurance competitions maintain readiness while providing entertainment. Steel Beach events increasingly feature professional quality entertainment. The USS Dwight D. Eisenhower's 2023 Steel Beach included performances by professional country music songwriters on the flight deck. Sailors gathered under the open sky while these artists performed their hit songs as originally written. Country music songwriter Seth Bundy expressed the honor of performing. "It's an honor to perform for the sailors of the ship and air wing here in the middle of the ocean. Their dedication and sacrifice deserves to be celebrated, and I am humbled to be a part of this special day." Retail specialist Seaman Kiaka Kamakea appreciated the break. "This was a great way to wrap up from a successful underway. The whole Steel Beach picnic was a great way to unwind with my peers. It really has me looking forward to the port calls during deployment. Many Steel Beach events include features you'd never expect on a warship: inflatable kiddie pools for sailors to cool off, carnival games with prizes, dunk tanks targeting popular officers or chiefs, water balloon toss competitions, and even 5K runs around the flight deck. The USS Nimitz's Steel Beach featured golf stations, live musical performances by crew members, and multiple pools set up on the deck." Aviation Maintenance Administration man Airman Stefan Diaz observed, "I truly believe it boosted morale, and the people who haven't played any sports in the past few months finally got a chance to play some basketball and football. What makes Steel Beach picnics so valuable is that they provide as close to a day off as possible during deployment. While essential operations continue, many crew members get to wear civilian clothes, socialize freely, and temporarily forget the intensity of their military duties." Cryptologic technician Seaman Hannah Hawkins captured the atmosphere. "I was hanging out in the pools for a while, and it's a beautiful day for it. My favorite part was socializing with all my friends who are in different rates who I don't get to see normally since I'm in the galley all the time." Conclusion: the bonds that make us stronger. These three traditions, Thanksgiving dinners, swim calls, and Steel Beach picnics, represent far more than breaks from routine. They embody the values that make our Navy exceptional: mutual respect between ranks, care for one another's well-being, and the ability to find joy even in challenging circumstances. When officers serve Thanksgiving dinner to their sailors, they demonstrate that leadership means service. When sailors leap from an aircraft carrier into the ocean during swim call, they create shared experiences that forge lifelong bonds. When the crew gathers for a Steel Beach picnic on the flight deck, they're reminded that military service enhances rather than diminishes the human spirit. The ingenuity and creativity displayed during these celebrations showcase the exceptional quality of American military personnel. Future generations of naval personnel will continue developing and improving these traditions. As technology advances and military capabilities expand, the fundamental human need for celebration, tradition, and brotherhood will ensure that these experiences remain central to naval culture. Whether it's a commanding officer serving turkey to an 18-year-old seaman, a sailor leaping from an aircraft elevator into tropical waters, or thousands of crew members playing volleyball on the flight deck under open sky, these moments define what it means to serve in America's Navy. They prove that the strongest weapon in our arsenal isn't technology or firepower, it's the unbreakable spirit of American sailors who turn steel decks into homes and shipmates into family. If this video helped you appreciate the incredible dedication of our Navy personnel, please like and subscribe for more content honoring our military heroes.